You're listening to the Drive Home Review podcast.
Wow.
Wow.
We're back at the movies.
We're back at the movies. This feels good.
My name is Luca Fiore.
I'm Eva Bee.
We're driving home after watching Pig, starring Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
I want to preface this right away because I just did 5 seconds of research on IMDb.
Ooh, perfect.
Before watching this movie. And this director, I have no idea what he's done before.
Wait, I thought you said this was his first film.
Yeah, his first, feature.
What's his name?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
All right, let me look this up.
Okay, so we're going to look up some facts.
I'll look up. I forgot my role. My role is fact role.
So, this is a movie. It stars Nicolas Cage.
A recluse.
A recluse in the woods of Portland, outside of Portland. And he is alone in the woods with just him and his truffle pig, sniffing out these little truffles. By the way, what's a truffle, Eva?
Also, I will say, this is a review show. There will be spoilers.
There are spoilers.
We're not promoting the movie, although we are, in a way. But we'll get to that.
Now, I gotta say again, Eva, back to
what
business.
Is a truffle?
What's a truffle?
So truffle is pretty much the most high-end mushroom you can buy. It is really hard to forage for, so some people use truffle pigs.
Because they have a particular ability to sniff them out?
Yeah.
Oh, you can train a pig to do this. Neat.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're a good forager, you can just find them your own damn selves. But they're buried in the ground, so the pigs they rut, right? So they go into dirt and dig up stuff. So truffles are really unique in that way that they grow underground.
This pig is really cute.
Yeah, oh my god, it's brown and fuzzy. So cute. So I didn't know that this was. I didn't watch a trailer. All I knew was Nick Cage, new movie. Theaters are open.
Right.
Do you want to watch it?
Let's go.
So I'm really.
But I gotta go back to the description of the movie. We've gone off too far.
I'm really happy this is a movie about food in a way.
Yes, but I gotta just go up to the description of the movie.
What did we miss?
So yes, Nick Cage is a recluse, just him and his pig, alone in the forest, looking and sniffing out truffles. Until one day, very early on in the movie, some people come in and they steal his pig, and this is the story, kind of like John Wick, right? Oh,
I was waiting for his glow up because he's a recluse in the woods.
Yeah, Nick Cage is going back into the city after being a recluse for 10 or 15 years.
And you don't actually know that he is a foodie. You just at the beginning, you just know that he sells truffles.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, is this gonna be a John Wick?
Yeah.
But if you watch the trailer,
start going absolutely ham on these people, on these snooty Portland chefs. But yeah, not the case. This is a very subdued movie.
I was not expecting that. I mean, Nick Cage is either so over the top or like this.
This is a very muted sort of performance.
This is a low-key Nick Cage movie.
Let's get right into Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, as I like to call him.
What did you think of Nicolas Cage's performance in a movie like this? Wow is right.
So good.
So good.
I bet you they put him in a little bit of a fat suit. He has really long hair.
He's almost unrecognizable.
Weird.
His hair, his grizzled look, his big beard, the blood in his face. There's so many shots of him where he's just in shadow.
It takes place over the course of, I would say, 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, not long. He's got to find that pig, right?
But you were saying he was they could have cast anybody, which I feel
just because he was so unrecognizable.
Yeah.
It almost could have just been the voice of Nick Cage.
Yeah.
With Jerry Seinfeld starring.
I mean, but really nobody.
Just for a second, Jerry Seinfeld starring in this movie. What do you think?
No. Could not take him seriously. Although
just
I cannot.
Consider it is all I'm saying.
Are we analyzing Nick Cage as the lead in this?
Oh yeah, Nick.
So I don't know.
Good.
I couldn't really believe him as a chef.
Really? Eh?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just
he was so delicate with his food.
Yeah, but why do they have to keep smelling everything all the time?
I don't know.
Think of something else to do.
Maybe. I don't know. Are the highest end chefs really delicate with their food? Do they I'm just trying to think of other chef
ones that care
movies,
about high quality ingredients.
Yeah.
you know?
I feel like, well, you're more of a chef, obviously, than I am, so when...
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So, do you think that that's unrealistic to be, like, so delicate with your food?
Well, I mean, I just thought the montage, like, it kind of gave me vibes of, like, this director was, like, he loves food and he just wants to, like...
There's a bit of a male gaze, but just for mushrooms.
Yeah. I mean, the mushrooms that they sourced, the quality of the food that they sourced for this movie, like, was legit. And even in the credits, so they make 2 particular dishes, they credit some chefs. So maybe they were on hand to make these dishes, which was pretty cool.
But back to Nick Cage. Sorry, I just want to finish off with Nick Cage. Do you have any more thoughts about his performance? Do you have any more thoughts about, like, what he could have done?
I would have loved a Nick Cage outburst. I missed it, and I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Okay, good.
I am actually
joking,
really
I disagree.
joking. It is really nice to see him in a serious role like this.
Subdued.
Really played off of the other characters well. Like, the casting was pretty great.
Really good. Everybody felt really real. The main antagonist wasn't like a nefarious person. He was just some guy. He's got gray hair. He's like got a gold Rolex.
He was a little nefarious.
I mean, a little nefarious, maybe, but like really not a conniving sort of. If you're expecting John Wick, but for foodies, it's not it. It's just its own strange revenge story that I don't even fully believe it to be like vengeful in any way. It's a really, really cool movie.
Yeah,
really subdued.
Yeah.
Last thing I'll say about Nick, if he has, in this movie, more than 3 lines of dialogue, he's going to change your life.
In a scene.
In a scene.
Yeah.
He's going to change your life.
The writing is so good in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really makes you...
directed by this new guy.
Really makes you think about your life.
Yeah.
Especially me as a chef. There's one part of the movie where Nick Cage is accusing an old coworker of his of like opening up like a really snooty restaurant when all that guy always wanted to do was open up an English pub.
Yeah. He's got a molecular gastronomy place with like this like the coldest waitress in the world reciting a bit of dialogue about the how it the sources of their produce and like are like local and like unique and different, and it's like she's like rehearsed this again and again, and she like reveals this like beautiful smoked sort of dish.
Yeah.
You know, the kind that you see in what's that movie, El Bulli?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, the kind that
the
you
documentary
would see. Yeah.
El Bulli about the Spanish Michelin star chef.
Yes. Whereas like this guy very clearly is breaking down this his coworker. Nick Cage is breaking down his ex coworker, and this ex coworker only just wanted to open up an English pub. And you the performance from Nick and this guy.
The guy's performance was so good. You could just see him like breaking down. And
his like whole world is coming apart, and that happens like 2 or 3 times in this movie. Nick Cage will he's just tearing people apart. He's tearing people apart, just muted and just subdued performance after performance, but like really just like crushing people down to their very core.
Yeah, so Nick Cage, he's this like recluse, right? But he's disappeared from Portland after being like a very, very famous chef. So a lot of people are like starstruck when they see him or they recognize him. So that's interesting. They left a lot of questions open as to what caused him to want to leave the restaurant business, unless you picked up on that. But I guess it's more open to interpretation.
I think that so Nick Cage is like a lot of these tales of woe.
Wife dies.
Yeah, a lot of these like
you find that out early in the movie.
Yeah. So again, he's just by himself with his pig, and when he doesn't have his pig anymore.
No, but like, what caused him to go to be a recluse?
Yeah, if I were to guess, if I were to just take a stab at it, I would say after the wife died, he just became depressed and he left it all behind. If I were to just guess. Now, like a movie like this, I was thinking I'm not gonna lie. I had too much of a producer brain going on because I was thinking, oh, how are they gonna spin this into a sequel? Because this is so good. So like, maybe they're bringing him back into the fold, into the kitchens, and he's got to like make food that he doesn't want to make. And I don't know, everything I was thinking of is stupid. I can't
picture it.
And this is not going to be a sequel of a movie, which brings me to telling all of you people that you should watch this movie in a theater.
It says 0 FPS. Is that an issue?
Probably, yes. That's okay. Let's just keep on going. Besides, we're recording it right here.
Okay. Well, as we're talking about, behind the scenes kind of peoples, can you tell me, as a director, there wasn't a lot of lighting in this movie. It seemed like they were using a lot of natural lighting.
Yes, there was.
Still okay. I knew you would say that. I knew you would say that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do you have like books that like it reminds you of in terms of food photography? Because I was reminded of a lot of your cookbooks.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I feel like there's one. I want to say it's called Edible Ottawa.
It's Ottawa Cooks. I think it's all the chefs.
Oh yeah.
Edible Ottawa's a magazine.
Okay, Ottawa Cooks, and the photography in that, like, it just reminds me of the cover of it. Really blue in tone, really high contrast.
Blue and like kind of dark and.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the photography in this movie was really, really good.
Yeah.
Cinematography.
Yeah.
Rather.
Very, very beautiful food all over the place.
Really
very
beautiful food.
And there's only like 3 dishes.
Yeah. And what's nice is the movie, there's like a title for each act, and it's all like recipes that will be featured in the scenes.
Yes.
I really liked that.
Yeah, I did as well.
This is a great foodie film, I would say.
A great foodie film, but you didn't believe Nick as like this prolific chef.
I don't know, I've just seen him in a bunch of dumbass movies. So it's really hard to like believe him.
For me, I saw this and I didn't see a Nick Cage that I was going to like be like, ha ha ha, there's where he like goes crazy.
No, but there's a montage at the end where everything's in slow-mo and I almost started laughing. Although unironically there are some like laugh out loud moments for sure. Yeah.
Where'd you laugh out loud the most?
I think when the guy was cracking under the pressure of Nick Cage.
His former co-worker.
Yeah.
What about... Oh, I gotta ask, what's your favorite dish in this movie? There are 3 dishes. One, it's like a mushroom dish, and then one is Mom's French toast.
Well, we didn't actually get to see the
Mom's
image
French
of it.
Toast, eh?
I would have... Oh, no, I don't know.
But like just by a description from...
And then the first one was a mushroom tart.
Yeah.
Which we didn't see the end of. I don't know.
And the last being a bird,
definitely
a bottle, and a salted baguette.
It's like a pigeon. In the credits, they actually listed the exact dish name. So the last one was like pigeon with something else. So yeah, you asked me if it was ratatouille being made, but you can thin slice potato and put it in like the bottom of a pan, and when you roast it, because all the potatoes are so thin sliced, they kind of fuse together and form this crispy bowl.
Crispy bowl.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what was going down, but anyway, I would have loved to have worked on this movie.
Yeah, the food styling.
Like, this is the type of movie I would die to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember at the beginning of the film, Nick is in his little cabin and he's making that, I don't know, it's some sort of like a tart, like you were saying, a mushroom tart.
Yeah.
And he's like laying his pastry down on top of the pie pan.
Yeah.
And like right then you were telling me, that's the kind of thing that I would do.
Yeah.
I would be like, I would have made that little bit of dough and he would have laid it out there.
Yeah, because I did that for a Mel Gibson Christmas movie not recently,
with some cookies,
2
right?
years ago. Yeah. Well, and I made I didn't make the dough, but I like rolled it out and I told them what to do with it and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So if for some reason you watch Fat Man starring Mel Gibson and you're like, oh, those cookies look good. They're presented and like the scene was decorated.
Yes, I made it look more authentic. That's why they hired me, to make a baking scene look authentic.
Yeah.
But it seems like for the pig, they hired the chefs to be there. Although I think there was like a food supervisor or something.
What do you think of the lore of this movie?
The lore?
Yes.
You know, if they didn't say it was Portland, I feel like I would have liked for this to have been some kind of dystopian future, low-key, but not address it.
Yeah. So maybe not note the city that they're in, but just like it's just some city.
Yes.
So,
although I was curious and it was occupying my mind, and so maybe in a way it was good that they told me where we were.
John Wick, and a lot like another recent movie, Nobody. You know, it features this like prolific, like top tier heroic sort of character. John Wick being an assassin, Nobody being some sort of special agent guy. And this guy just being like the best chef in Portland for however, and like
I did like the lore.
Because of it, he knows about like the seedy underbelly that is the foodie world of Portland. So I was like, man, there are a lot of comparisons I'm drawing to a John Wick, to a Nobody.
Honestly, if you're gonna get embroiled in behind-the-scenes restaurant drama, it is to fuck with the suppliers, especially with high-end restaurants.
What do you mean?
Well, that was the tension between the father and the son. So the father, I guess, was a food distributor, and then the son wanted to get in the business, and that's how he got to know Nicolas Cage's character and how he foraged for the best truffles on the planet. And then the son just wanted to kind of like do his own thing. But like, yeah, you get to know in the scenes that there's like drama. If you go to like the place that your dad sells food to, he might like look down on that. But yeah, if you have a restaurant like known for how delicious its food is, a lot of it has to do with the quality of ingredients. I mean, I preach about this all the time, saying that you should get to know local farmers, and that's truly like the seasonal local fresh stuff is the best tasting you can get.
It's just, it reminds me, the only thing I know about like gaining an edge when it comes to the freshest ingredients is like a fishmonger in Japan.
Right.
How, like some of these, like there are fishmongers that sell like the highest quality tuna, and there'll be people doing auctions for like the best quality tuna for like ludicrous amounts of money because it's so valuable there in Japan for sushi. But that's very like on the level. Like you can, as long as you understand the language, you can go there and you can bid on like high quality, tuna. But this, they paint it as this picture of like, no, people are so ruthless that they'll steal truffle pigs, they'll mess with this guy in the wilderness, they'll like just like push someone over for that matter.
I mean, is that so believable? No. But, yeah.
Sound. Another reason why you should watch this in a movie.
So good.
Yeah.
You're really immersed.
Yeah.
And it's not like overblown. There's no like distracting music. The music choices were limited, but very emotional. Powerful. Yeah, very effective.
Yep.
Music choices.
There's a great cover at the very end of the movie, and I'm still thinking about it right now. So good.
Bet you that's on Spotify. I'm on Fire by Cassandra something. Look it up.
What else? Oh yeah, sound like there's a scene where Nick Cage is first going into the city, and he takes all the leaves and shit off of his car for the first time in God knows how long, and he turns on
Good
the
job,
engine.
props people.
Oh, yeah.
For making that car seem like it's been under a bunch of trees for a while.
Yeah, it just like the sound of it, you can really hear an engine struggle in a very, very specific way, and I thought, man,
like the clanging of the old
I missed going
metal.
to a theater for this reason. Like,
I
don't
feel
have
really
that
immersed
at home.
Oh, like the speakers, the surround sound.
Speaker setup, this giant screen. It's like, it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see like this cinematographer's, look for how they wanted the food to be like, characterized on screen.
Great first movie back.
Yeah, really great first movie back after.
This ain't.
What was the last movie we saw? Tenet?
Yes.
Yeah, Tenet.
Also a good movie to see in theaters.
Yes.
But this one too, for different reasons. Very subtle, very dark, very interesting story, very unique story.
Yeah.
Like a very, very unique story. You see foodie films all the time, just kind of like chef, just kind of like glorifying food and like making it be this whole like thing, but
you don't think that they glorified the food?
They did, but it was more subtle.
They put the food on such a pedestal, I thought.
They did, but
every
it's so
ingredient
subtle.
was like
so subtle.
Like very like delicately placed on a very well lit cutting board with like each
but
mushroom
it wasn't like every
being, like,
scene
sniffed and then torn apart and like, oh, it's so good. Every little morsel, everything. Okay, a little bit of oil on this.
Woo!
A little bit of oil on this pan. Oh, so good. Everything's like just nice and subtle, but like photographed in slow motion and just very beautiful. I thought everything was just put on a pedestal. I guess what I would say is I would disagree.
It was 3 dishes, whereas these like foodie films like Chef or like Burnt. It's just like every fucking scene has something to do with food,
Yeah, it's like it's about food and it's about. But what is this movie about? Is it about the chef? Is it about the chef's relationship with food? Is it about? It's
about cruelty against animals.
Whoa.
Just joking. I would say it's kind of philosophical. I would say this movie is kind of about life choices.
I would also say that it was a really nice movie to watch post-pandemic, mostly because it's a movie about someone coming to the city for the first time and reintroducing himself into society.
That's a really good point.
And I thought, wow, this is fun.
Relatable.
Watching Nick Cage just like reintroduce himself.
Like
into
be
this,
super awkward in front of people.
The first time he speaks for more than 3 sentences, he's like,
yeah, that was a really interesting choice.
Doesn't even know how to speak anymore. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Jeez
Louise.
I'm just gonna do a little whippy-do right here.
All right. Let's whip it up.
All right. So, I pretty much got nothing more to add towards a movie like this.
Great movie. Needed more yelling, in my opinion.
Disagree.
Just joking.
So I guess that answers the question. But is this movie worth your time, Eva?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because I'm just like giddy from doing something fun outside the house for the first time in a long time, but
I agree. This is 100% worth your time. If you can watch it in a theater, go watch it in a theater. It's like...
Yeah, please support your local independent cinemas. They've been closed in Ontario for 300 days over the last 16 months.
Yep.
Very essential.
If
buy some popcorn, even if you don't eat popcorn, just throw them some bucks.
Yep.
Shout out to the Mayfair in Ottawa.
Yep, for hosting us once again. My name is Luca Fiore.
I'm Eva Bee. Wait, is it?
Yeah, we're gonna sign
Are we
off?
gonna give it a rating?
Yeah, no,
we don't rate. We don't rate things
for the
anymore.
past 5 reviews, we've just said, is it worth your time or not? And that's it.
Okay.
Real simple. So it's worth your time, folks. We both agree. Hey, folks.
Hell yeah! What do you want us to review next? Please let us know.
Please let us know. What do you want to review next? The movie that comes to mind first, but it's not coming out till October, is Dune.
Actually, this is my inaugural review of all of Nicolas Cage's movies. I was thinking about starting from the first one to the most recent one, but if I'm gonna do the most recent one, maybe I'll do it backwards.
Right
so
on.
stay tuned for that. I don't know, maybe.
All right. Peace out, folks.
Bye. Thanks for watching.